Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lade, and if this is your first time joining me on this channel, you're welcome. Today I'll be talking about a condition known as preeclampsia and how I was almost diagnosed with this condition at 37 weeks pregnant. Bear in mind, I'm still pregnant as I filmed this video, but I thought it necessary to share my experience with preeclampsia. I had gone in for my 37th week appointment to see my doctor, and usually when you go in for your routine check as a pregnant woman, you know they check your weight, they check your blood pressure, they check your urine for different things. Okay, so let me read what preeclampsia is real quick. Preeclampsia is a pregnancy condition characterized by high blood pressure and signs of damage to another organ system, most often the liver and kidneys. There are a lot of different symptoms for preeclampsia, but the three main ones are high blood pressure, swelling in your hands and your feet, and protein in your urine. And these are like bad signs that you might have preeclampsia, and if you go in for your routine check and they see, then they have to do something about it. The only cure for preeclampsia is delivery, to take out the baby. So yeah, I went in for my 37-week check, and I gave a sample of my urine, they took my weight, and then they took my blood pressure. So I noticed that when the nurse took my blood pressure the first time, she opened her eyes like wide, real wide, and she goes, "Were you running late?" And I go, "No." And then she said, "Okay, I'm gonna have to do that again." And I took a sip of water. After about 5 minutes, she took my blood pressure again. This time she had a blank look on her face. Obviously she didn't want to get me scared or worried, and so she took the blood pressure the second time, and apparently I guess it was still not right, which I still don't know what it was. And then she said, "Okay, I'm going to have you lay down on your left side." Hey, I was like, what is this? So I lay down on my left side for about 10 minutes. She said to put my phone away. I did. And then she took my blood pressure again, and she smiled, and then the doctor came in. I mean, when she smiled, I thought everything was fine. So, and I didn't even know that my blood pressure being high would be anything serious like that. So when the doctor came in, she asked me, she said, "Can you tell me what you were doing before you came in my office?" And I told her, I just come from my appointment. I was on the phone. I had a phone conversation that kind of got me a little upset right before they called me to come inside. So she said to put my phone away, and then she was writing a lot of things down, and then they brought in the paper, I guess was from the result of my urine sample, and it showed that there was protein in my urine. On that day I was a little swollen, but not so much. I heard that the swelling for preeclampsia is, you know, more than normal on your feet and on your hands. So I had some swelling, but I would consider it normal because I didn't think anything was wrong. But then there was protein in my urine, and my blood pressure was high. So then the doctor tells me I have to go to the hospital. Mind you, I had a list of things I had to discuss with her about my birth plan and all that, and she did, you know, have patience for me to go through all that. She said, "I'm going to need an ultrasound of the baby to make sure that everything is okay, and I'm going to need you to be monitored as well." So in my own mind, all that was in my mind was, okay, this woman is going to give me an appointment to go to the hospital, and they're going to do an ultrasound. I know they had to do an ultrasound to find out what the baby's weight is. I didn't know it would be right away. So after she's done saying that, and I go, "So when am I going to the hospital? Like what day?" And she goes, "You're going right now." That's when I, you know, thought that I felt like something was wrong. Mind you, before then, when I thought 37 weeks, I was so eager to see this child, like so eager. I even pranked my sister, and I told her I'd had the baby. Surprisingly enough, she didn't ask me for a picture or a selfie or anything. She just went ahead and told my mom, and then I had to start calling and apologizing for false alarm. But that's how much I wanted to see her. This happened the day before this whole preeclampsia drama. And then I go to the hospital. I am waiting because all that's in my head is that they're just going to take my blood pressure again and then do an ultrasound for the baby. They gave me a room. Then they gave me a dress to change into, like the hospital gown. I changed into the hospital gown. I lay down. They brought admission papers for me to sign. At this point, I was like, no. This is not, it can't be. And I was like, I know I want to see you, but stay in there. I need you to cook more. Then they start all the monitors. They, strap my belly to check her heart rate. Her heart rate is going on, and I can hear her heart rate for her heartbeat. I can hear her heartbeat for a prolonged period of time, which was really nice. And then the ultrasound people came in to check on the baby. That was the first thing. That was priority. Because according to the ultrasound lady, what she told me was that preeclampsia can cut off oxygen to the baby. That's why the only thing they can do when you have that condition is to take the baby out. So I was at the hospital for them to confirm that I had preeclampsia and they needed to take necessary action. But I just rejected it in my spirit. I'm like, I can't have preeclampsia. It is not time for this baby to come. So that's what happened. They came and took my blood to the lab to go and get some blood work done. My blood pressure started going down. They hooked me up to this automatic blood pressure machine where it took my blood pressure every 30 minutes. So they checked the baby and the baby was A-okay. Everything was fine. I got to see the baby. It was the cutest thing ever. This chick was sucking her thumb and then sucking her mouth later on when they showed me again. It was really, really beautiful, really cute. And at the time, I just kept saying, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, because I really wanted to see her. And I had gotten a chance to see her, but I was not ready for her to come out yet. I was telling the nurses, I'm like, I've not finished doing laundry. I'm not done. I still have some items to pack in the hospital bag. But all that didn't matter. If I had preeclampsia, they were going to take her out. So the results came in from the lab and I did not have preeclampsia. And yeah, she's still in here cooking, which I'm grateful for. But then at the point, I became very, very grateful, You don't know the value of good health until something goes otherwise. So I was very grateful because I was thinking, this is what people have to go through. You start thinking, like, is it my fault? Like, shouldn't I have spoken to that person? Or they asked me if I was late for my appointment. Maybe I was driving too fast, or I was, anxious and trying to make it on time to the appointment. So if it did happen, I might have blamed myself. So I understand what it feels like for women who have been diagnosed with preeclampsia. It's a very good thing when they spot it on time. It's really, really, it's a lifesaver when they can spot that thing on time. Because one of the things that can happen if it's not, spotted on time is stillbirth, and nobody wants to, birth a dead baby. So yeah, that's the story with preeclampsia. I hope this was educative, and I hope you learned something from it. Prior to this time, I had no knowledge of what preeclampsia is, and trust me, I have been doing my research about pregnancy and my body. In fact, throughout my whole life, I don't think I've been so knowledgeable about my body and how it works until now. And so even with all that, I didn't know anything about preeclampsia when it came up. So I just thought to share this video and share my story. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Until next time, be the best version of you. Bye.